This video is over the Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It is always applied to a right triangle, and it only works for a right triangle. C is the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. It is always opposite the right angle. A and B are the legs. It doesn't matter which one you choose to be A and B, as long as the only one thing that really matters is as long as you don't you know which one C is, the hypotenuse. Okay, so here's the first one where you can pause the video and solve for C and come back and see how to do it. Well, first off, like I said, these are my legs right here. I need to find C, so I'm going to take 3 squared plus 7 squared equals C squared. 3 squared is 9, plus 7 squared, which is 49, equals C squared. This is 58 equals C squared. Okay, to find C, you have to take the square root of 58. So coming over here to my calculator, I'm going to press second and the x squared button, put in there 58, and enter. C is 7.62 because this 5 rounds this one up to a 2. Next one. Solve for C, pause the video, and come back and see how you do. I have 6 squared plus 9 squared equals C squared. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and put this all in the calculator here. I'll put 6 squared plus 9 squared. Press enter. Okay, so I get 117 equals C squared. I need the square root of 117 to be C. Second, x squared, 117. I get C equals 10.82. Next one. Pause the video, come back and see how you do. I get 1 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. 1 squared is 1, plus 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16, equals C squared. I need the square root of 17 to find C. So I'll come over here, square root of 17. C is 4.12. Here's the next one. Now notice they give us C, we're trying to find A. I want to try and find A squared, or A, I should say, but there's A squared plus B squared is 10 squared equals 13 squared. A squared plus 10 squared is 100 equals 13 squared. Whoops, let's see here. Let's go in here and do 13 squared. That gives me 169. I will subtract 100 from each side. A squared equals 69. A is the square root of 69. So I'm going to go second x squared, 69. A equals 8.31. Here's the next one. Pause the video and see how you do. I get 6 squared plus b squared equals 11 squared. Well, this is 36 and 121. I'm going to subtract 36 from each side. B squared equals, let's go over here, 121 minus 36. I have 85. B equals the square root of 85. So B is 9.22. Here's the next one, an application problem. If a ladder is 12 feet tall and it is 5 feet away from the wall, how high on the building is the ladder? This ladder right here is 12 feet tall, so there's my hypotenuse. It is 5 feet away from the wall, so that means it's here. They want to know this length, this height, on the building. Well, it doesn't matter which one you make it, it's either A or B. So I have x squared plus 5 squared equals 12 squared. X squared plus 25 equals 144. So I'll go 144 minus 25. So let's see, I subtracted 25 from each side. X squared equals 119. So I'm going to take the square root of 119. And I get 10.91. Here's the next one to pause the video and come back and see how you do. It says the ladder is 8 feet tall and is 3 feet away from the side. They want to know again how high on the building it is. This is my hypotenuse, that's my C. So I'm going to have x squared plus 3 squared equals 8 squared. X squared plus 9 equals 64. Subtract 9 from each side. X squared equals 59. X is the square root of 59. And I get x to be 7.68. Next one. Pause the video and come back and see how you do. It said if a plane goes 1,000 miles north and 1,500 miles east. So now what I would do is draw a picture. So I'm going to start at my point here, and I'm going to go 1,000 miles north. And then I'm going to go east 1,500, and it wants to know how far does it travel to go back the shortest distance, which will be this right here. I guess I need to move over this 1,000 here. I need to find the hypotenuse. Didn't draw it, but make sure you know what you're doing and careful with your drawing. So I have 1,000 squared plus 1,500 squared, oops, that's supposed to be a 2, equals c squared. So I'm going to have in here, let's see, I'll go 1,000 squared plus 1,500 squared, and I get 325,000. All right, equals c squared. So now I'm going to take the square root of that, and c equals 1,802.78. The next one. Pause the video and come back and see how you did. Kyla hiked 7 miles south and 3 miles west, which is over here to the right, which is 3. And it says she is tired and wants to know how far it is to get back to camp. What is the shortest distance? So I'm going to go here. This is the hypotenuse. So I have 3 squared plus 7 squared equals x squared. I have 9 plus 49 equals x squared. 58 equals x squared. Square root of 58 is what I'm looking for. So I'll go over here and put in the square root of 58, and I get 7.62. 2 more problems. Pause the video, come back and see if you can find the right answer. Okay, it says Jacob is playing baseball and wants to know how far the catcher has to throw the ball to second if a runner steals. He's playing on a field with a base path of 90 feet. Okay, I know that we've got a square for a baseball, and I know I didn't draw it very well, but we're talking about from home plate to second. So right here, I know this is 90 and this is 90. That's the base path. Here's my right angle. So I'm trying to find C. So I'm going to go 90 squared plus 90 squared equals x squared, or c squared, whichever. So let's come over here, put in there 90 squared plus 90 squared, press enter. I get 16,200 equals x squared. So I'm going to take the square root of 16,200 to find out what x is, to find out what that distance is. So second x squared. Oops, I typed in the wrong number. There we go. You're talking about 127.28 feet. Okay, try one more. Kate is playing baseball this time and wants to know how far the catcher has to throw the ball to second if a runner steals. He is playing on a field with a base path of 30 feet. So on this one, here's my baseball field. Again, it's still a square. Here's home, here's second, but it's 30 feet. Wants to know how far this throw is. You're looking for C. So I have 30 squared plus 30 squared equals c squared. I have 900 plus 900 equals c squared. So let's see here. I've got 30 squared plus 30 squared equals 1800. Take the square root of 1800. C is 42.43 feet.